Hey, hi all. Randy Roth here. Today what we're going to talk about is what really happens at the Rapture event. If you've been indoctrinated on the Rapture, what you believe is going to happen is that you're going to believe that you get caught up into the sky and then go to heaven and meet all these guys in heaven that you have gone on before you. Because to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. However, all these guys in heaven know what's going on, who are dead, and they know that at the resurrection of the dead, which is commonly referred to as the rapture, that they're going to return with Christ, as found in 1 Thessalonians 4:14, and have their physical bodies resurrected from the dead. So what is actually happening is that they know that they're getting all ready to come down to earth to rule and reign for 1,000 years. However, those who believe in this conjured rapture think that they're going to be going to heaven at this time, and nowhere in Scripture does it ever state that. See, the bride is going to be making herself ready, and she is making herself ready. And she does that by the righteous acts of the saints. And the righteous acts don't happen in heaven. You don't give a glass of water to somebody who never thirsts again. The righteous act is giving a glass of water to somebody who does thirst, who actually needs it. So, see, when Jesus returns, he returns to earth, and the wedding feast happens on earth, as it shows in Revelation 19, 17. And so we have the people in heaven, the tribulation saints who are dead. They're not raptured. They're not those who are alive and remain. You know, the word remain means that they remain, not that they're dead and gone to heaven. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And so all these guys in heaven, they're going to get their physical body back at the resurrection of the dead. And that happens at the last day, as Martha and Jesus had that conversation. And as Job says in 14:12, that it happens when the heavens are destroyed with a great noise. And Peter says the same thing in 2 Peter 3:10, that Jesus comes as a thief in the night when the heavens are destroyed. If there's this conjured rapture that happened 7 years prior, Jesus can't come as a thief in the night when the heavens are destroyed with a great noise. Okay, so when people are telling you, oh, I'm so happy that I'm going to be one of the tribulation saints, well, that means that you're dead, absent from the body, and present with the Lord. See, when John was told, come up here, in Revelation 4:1, immediately he was in the Spirit. What happened to his physical body? Well, he's not in his physical body, because 1 Corinthians 15 verse 50 tells us that the flesh and blood body does not go to heaven. And that is what is being resurrected from the dead. The whole scripture, 1 Corinthians 15, starting like in verse 12, tells us about the resurrection of the dead. Okay, so the resurrection of the dead is not something new. It's not an event that has all of a sudden, behold, I tell you a mystery. No, that's not the event that Paul is revealing. What he's revealing is how the dead guys are changed, and those who are alive and remain are changed in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet. For the dead shall be raised incorruptible. Corruptible means perishable. They rot in the grave. Jesus' body did not see corruption, as seen in Acts 2:30 or 31. And it tells us in 1 Corinthians 15, the dead, their bodies see corruption. It's in verse 40. It's not this, oh, will we get this glorified body? No. It's like, getting glossy-eyed. Oh, mystery. No. It's not some new thing. It's not a new event that's being revealed here. Alright, so this is what is truly happening at the rapture. It's called the resurrection of the dead. And the term rapture is conjured by man to try to focus on what happens to those who are alive and remain, and not on the dead, which is the context and the subject matter of what is being spoken about in 1 Corinthians 15 and 1 Thessalonians verse 4. Verse 14 tells us that Jesus, the dead guys, come back with him. They're getting excited to come back to rule and reign with Christ for 1,000 years. There's no trip back to heaven for 7 years. I mean, there's no scripture whatsoever that even remotely suggests that. Okay? Take heed that no man deceive you concerning this event. That's Jesus in Matthew 24:4. Paul in 1 Thessalonians. Is it 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 3. All right. Take care. God bless. Have a great day.